Yo, what's up, everyone? This video we're looking at the 4-game Thursday slate. It's a pretty nice, small slate. All 4 games will tip off by 8 o'clock as well. So no late night games tonight. We'll be able to get a good night's sleep maybe for once. But looking at the slate at point guard, before we get into it, you can like the video down below and subscribe if you have not already. We have the 2 Rockets guards are the highest priced point guards, with Harden at $12K and Westbrook at $8,800. I expect this game to be competitive against Toronto. Toronto's healthy now that they got Lowry back and they got Ibaka back. Coming off of the double overtime game, you can't really look at the box score here because he played 48 minutes. Westbrook did. Harden played a similar amount. He played 49. It's definitely a tough matchup compared to the Spurs. The Raptors are a good defensive team, but I don't mind going to either one of them. I like the Sixers here. The only concern you could have is that they blow out this Wizards team. The Sixers will definitely be able to overpower them at basically every position. Point guard, Embiid's going to be able to feast tonight against Hachimura or Wagner. So love Embiid in a bounce back after he struggled against Rudy Gobert. Liking Kyle Lowry here, 7,000. I mean, in his first game back, it did go into overtime, but in his first game back from missing 1 month, basically, he played 41 minutes. Nick Nurse is just throwing these guys, just running them into the ground. He's going to continue to play heavy minutes. And he put up 40 fantasy points while shooting 2 of 18, 0 of 11 from three-point range. Expected him to be rusty in his first game. Maybe he can be a little bit better today. Can't be much worse than that, but at least he's going to get the assists. He's going to get some rebounds. He's just going to do a lot offensively. Has a pretty high usage rate before he got hurt, and that should continue as Van Fleet moves to shooting guard. And Van Fleet's not going to see as many assists or really scoring opportunities. But I think Lowry at $7K, just being $400 more than Van Fleet, is definitely my preferred option against this Rockets team that plays pretty fast and they don't play much defense, as evidenced by that San Antonio game. Over at shooting guard, the difference between Harden and Bradley Beal, the price tag is pretty big, $3,300. I like Bradley Beal at $8,700. Just, you know what you're going to get. Another guy that's been playing like 40 minutes in competitive games. The Wizards have been blown out quite a bit this year, which is why, some of these games he's playing like 28 or 30, but most of the time he's going to see like 35 to 40 minutes. The Sixers are really good defensively, but the one position where they have struggled is against shooting guards, mainly because, right now they have Josh Richardson's out, so they've been starting Furkan Korkmaz, and that's like the black hole on their defense. We'll see if they switch it up and they start Thibault tonight, because Thibault did start the second half in place of Korkmaz, and Thibault did play pretty well. So that'll be interesting. But anyway, in years past, the Sixers have struggled against like high-scoring guards. Bradley Beal's had some big games against this team. It's a different defense, but I think at home, it's a different story here. The Sixers are undefeated at home. They're definitely more susceptible to losses on the road, as a lot of teams are. So hopefully this game can stay somewhat competitive and we can see a full minute workload out of Bradley Beal. But 87 is still definitely underpriced on Draftkings. He should be over 9K without a doubt. At small forward, Simmons really good to play at 8,000. Tobias Harris looks pretty appealing as well at 6,500. He's only shooting 29% from 3, but the minutes are there, and the matchup's great. The price tag is cheap. I like Kelly Oubre a lot at 6,100. Bertans at 5,800. Just going to have to play quite a bit, especially if Wagner's out again. I would expect him to see 35 to 40 minutes, and he's going to have to shoot. He's going to be their second best option to shoot on offense, and he's going to see more rebounding opportunities playing power forward. If Wagner's out again. Daniel House, I expect him to play. We'll see if he can go. OG is pretty cheap, 4,600. But the value guy that I do like one of the Sixers values here. I think Thibault is going to be interesting. He got the start, like I said, against the Jazz in the second half. I won't be shocked if they start him tonight against the Wizards just to stay up, to keep pace with Bradley Beal. He is one of their better defenders. Yeah, rookie, and he's been playing well. He's shooting the 3 well. 3 and D kind of guy. So he's cheap at 3,600. We'll see 20 plus minutes. But you can't ignore Kenrich Williams, 3,600. Price tag is down on him. Mainly every time a player is injured, DraftKings just lowers his salary for whatever reason. So Kenrich is down to 3,600. They expect him to play. He was dealing with an ankle sprain, but then the coach Gentry said he recovered from that, and then as you see, his girlfriend had a baby. So it's not on here, but it was on a different report. So he was with. Oh, it's right here. His girlfriend had a baby, so he took a personal day. I think he'll be back. At least the coach expects him. Hopefully we'll get word by 7:00. But at 3,600, a guy that I would expect to go back into the starting lineup. The Pelicans, they just have too many guards. They can't really start like Redick, Holiday, and Lonzo Ball. I expect Williams to start in place of Redick maybe, or maybe Lonzo. But just because they're getting exposed defensively with playing that small. So Williams, just kind of like a scrappy guy, will get some rebounds. He can shoot a little bit, not a great shooter, but really he's going to get rebounds and just be active on the court, getting like deflection and stuff. So price tag is cheap, one of the better value plays on the slate, especially if he does start here. At power forward, Julius Randle's cheap at 6,300, but just tough to trust a lot of these Knicks players. I would like Randle. I mean, you can trust him because at least the minutes are there every night, and if they can stay in this game, he will see good minutes, and the price tag is really cheap. So that's a guy to consider. Same thing with Oubre, like I mentioned. Bertans I like at 5,800. Just the minutes are up. The usage is gonna go up, and he's gonna shoot a lot. So they play super fast. There will be a lot of possessions here. At 5,800, if Hachimura does have to play center and does have to guard Embiid, there's decent chance that he struggles and gets into foul trouble. So Bertans, I expect to have to play quite a bit tonight. I like playing both him and Bradley Beal together. At center, it's really Embiid at 97, which sticks out a lot. I love Embiid at that price tag, and the matchup is just so good. Hachimura, I would still have interest in him, just because if he does play center, he will get more rebounding opportunities, can get a double-double. But definitely the foul risk can be a concern tonight. But if you're not really worried about it, then fire him up because he's going to play close to 40 minutes. And then Millsap's cheap, 4,900. And then Marc Gasol is really, really cheap, 4,400. He's been not very good this year, but he's definitely been good enough for a $4,400 salary. The price tag went down on him big time. He was like in the mid 5Ks for the whole year, and now he's down to 4,400. So he's another value play that I like. So I like him, and I like going Embiid. And then if I do the two center approach, it would be Embiid and Marc Gasol, just really cheap. He's going to play to slow down Capella, and Gasol is, even though he's not been good offensively, he's been great defensively. The only center in history to hold Embiid to 0 points, as he did that when they faced like a week or two ago. So that's what I'm kind of looking at to start. The Sixers-Wizards game is probably my favorite of the four to stack up, followed by the Rockets and Raptors, and then the Suns and Pelicans. And then lastly, probably won't have much exposure to this Denver Knicks game, at least on Draftkings, but that would be the last game I want to target. So over on Fanduel, we have Westbrook 92, Simmons 9K, Lowry 8K. Those are the top three for me, and then followed by probably Rubio, then Murray, then Lonzo Ball if he starts. And that's pretty much it. There's not like a really good value that sticks out at that position. So I think Lowry makes sense here, 8,000. Just playing quite a bit. His shot's definitely going to fall much more than he did. He shot like under 10% or about like 12% in his last game. But he just got run into the ground. So there's no minutes limit or anything on him. Just going to play as much as he can. 8,000 at home. I like him in this matchup. At shooting guard, Bradley Beal is much more expensive on FanDuel than DraftKings. I prefer him on DraftKings, 99. You're going to need like mid-50s to 60 to make value here. When you have like Holiday and Booker cheaper, I think Beal is still the clear best play out of that group, but unless something really opens up, I think it'll be tough to get to him. But the one Knicks players that I do like is RJ Barrett, 5,700. Just the price tag is really appealing. at least on Fanduel, coming off of a dud. Still a tough matchup against the Nuggets, but at least they're at home and not having to travel to Denver. For most of the year, he's been solid, like 28 to 30 plus fantasy point scorer. If Morris is out again, that will still be more points to go around to the other starters. And at 57, I think I'm just hoping he can come out and at least be able to make value. I mean, you don't need much at this price tag, given the position here with the 3 studs. So give me like 30, 35 fantasy points. Definitely can do that at a really cheap price tag. Small forward is probably the position where I'm going to spend down on FanDuel. I don't think I'll be able to pay up for Ingram. I do like Siakam, but the price tag is up there now that Lowry's back. He's not going to have to do a ton offensively. He's still going to have to do a lot offensively, but he's not going to have the ball in his hands, and I don't think he's going to have to play 42 minutes every night. I'm not really interested in paying like 76 for Tobias. Definitely will go cheap. Go back to Kenrich Williams, 4,300 on FanDuel, cheap as well. And then I think you can go with one of the Sixers players, Ennis, Thibault, or Isaac Bonga if you want to go that way, if you roll that way. So definitely a position where I will spend down so I can pay up for like point guard, shooting guard, center, which I want to pay up for Embiid tonight. Power forward, not like a guy to pay up for besides Horford. Won't really have him at 75. I think it's a really good spot for Embiid. Randall, decent, but probably won't get there. Bertans, I like him again at 6,000. I like Bertans, Millsap, Hachimura, Kaminsky if Baines is out again at 4,800. Check Diallo as a value, and that's kind of rounding out the position for me. Bertans, 6,000, just same kind of deal I mentioned on DraftKings. Going to see minutes, going to see production, cheap. Just going to have to play a lot, and it's at home. And then at center, I love Embiid. It's really a couple players I'm considering. It's an Embiid, maybe Jokic at 89, although he's just not been very good. And then Gasol and Wagner, the 4 players I like. But I think Embiid's the best option to pay up for on this entire slate. At 10-7, I mean, trying to imagine Hachimura and Wagner guard him is going to be a nightmare. Embiid should have 30-plus points and like 15-plus rebounds here. We'll be able to dominate on the offensive rebounding end as well. So as long as he gets his minutes and they don't blow them out by halftime and he just sits the entire second half, Embiid should crush tiers. That's one of my biggest stands on the slate. And that's it. So that's what I like for FanDuel. I don't know what happened to DraftKings, but that's what I like there. Thanks for watching, and good luck tonight.